Hi everyone, I'm Will and this is Creating Music. Creating Music is a channel where we explore creating music, making new melodies, and mostly having fun and learning music education. In today's video, I'd like to take a look at a little piece of music that I just put together this morning. It's kind of a driving like rock song, has some 80s influences in there. I also think there might be some like, Green Day-ish punk type stuff. But I really wanted to just kind of show everyone an example of a progression that contains the 1 chord, the 5 chord, and the 6 chord. And I have also added in the 4 and also the major 3. So let me just kind of comp the chords out for you right now, just to show you, what scale it's in and everything. This one's in F sharp major. So we have F sharp, then we have the 5, which is a major C sharp. Then we go up to the D sharp, and that's going to be a minor chord, right? And that's the 6th interval. And then we go here to the B, which is a 4 in F sharp. Right, so the way it kind of goes is so that's the main progression in the song. In the beginning of the song, there's a little guitar like melody that kind of follows the, and that's also in F sharp minor. You have tonic or the F sharp right here. Then you have the two note and the major 3rd note, and that little guitar melody kind of just goes around. So using the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st, and also the 5th, which is that C sharp in the F sharp major. There's basically 3 different sections in the song. There's that intro piece that has the guitar melody that I discussed. There's a section in the middle where it just goes to like the bass and the drums and a little bit of guitar, just for vocal purposes. And then there's the 3rd section that's really just F sharp major, and then the 6th chord minor, and then the B, which is the 4th in the F sharp, and that's a major. So, and the second part of that section is, and that's just the 3rd and the 4th interval. So within these sections in this song, I really pull no punches. It's all just a lot of the major scale. And this song, really, I just wanted to kind of take a look at mixing like the 1-5-6-4 progression, which it seems like every song that you hear out on the radio either has like that 1-4-5, 1-5-4 progression. So, if you're in the F sharp major, you'd have F as the 1, you'd have C sharp as the 5, B is the 4, and then the D sharp is the 6th chord. So those notes make up a lot of what, as I said, in this particular song. But I wanted to show an example of what, what that 1-5-6-4 sounds like. I would think that anyone listening to it, it would kind of pull you in and make you think of a lot of different kinds of songs, because it's really the majority of chords that are used in today's music, be it pop or rock or anything. There's a lot of these type of progressions used. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time here today and come up with a little piece of music, in a 1-5-6-4, and just kind of represent how the vocal melodies sound. And I also kind of took something, as I said, from the 80s, with that guitar melody at the beginning, and just wanted to take this chance to talk about a 1-5-6-4 progression, and just kind of let you know a little bit about how I think about it and how I apply it, in real life situations. Now let's take a look at the mix in GarageBand, and I'll go over how I recorded certain things and what my thought process was in writing some of the intervals and different parts that I had. Taking a look at the mix here in GarageBand on this song, if you look at the first 2 tracks, they're both the distorted guitar, this one and this one. And, if you've watched any of my videos previously, some of the different things I like to do to try to create fullness within certain instruments. And that's, something that I did again here with the with the guitar. So each one is recorded and hard panned. If you check out, the pan right here, as you see me moving that back and forth. So I have that hard pan to the right, and then the other guitar I have hard pan to the left. As you can see, I'm moving the slider under the track pan right there. And again, as I've said in previous videos, and I will stand true to this, recording process or the way that I record this. Whenever you do, two different guitars and you pan them left and right, it does make for a bigger sound. I would say that one thing that really also helps is if you're doing two kind of different guitar parts, which I've done before too. So we'll take a look at, or we'll take a listen to the guitar parts right now. So again, that's just a 1 5 6 4, and then the second time through is when I hit the major third and the four. It's a very catchy and popular progression, and as I've said previously, you've heard some sort of different part of songs having these kind of feel, before, and in tons of popular songs, rock, pop, and all sorts of different kinds of styles of music. So let's take a look now. I'll go ahead and play this for you. I'm gonna solo the two guitars, and then if you come down here, take a look at what I have highlighted, which is the distorted guitar that has the melody at the beginning of this little piece of music. And again, I recorded that 2 times. I have the guitar melody, recorded twice here, as you can see, and then hard panned, hard left and hard right, kind of give it a more full feeling. So I'll go ahead and solo those, and we'll just listen to the beginning of the track with just the guitars. So as I said previously, I mean, pretty catchy, pretty major sounding, obviously, kind of commercial sounding too. And that was the intent on this video, was really to show a 1 5 6 4, and kind of how you can take it and what you can do with it, and just play, how to play around with the melody. That's kind of what I like to do with a lot of the stuff that I do come up with. So now we'll let's see, take a look here at the bass line, which is right here, and let's see, we'll solo the bass line, and bass line's pretty straightforward on this song. Not a lot of melody in the bass, just following the chords, holding down the low end, keeping it tight with the drum. So we'll just check the bass line out here. And as I said, that's pretty straightforward. Not a lot of melody. Some of the other videos I've done with songs, I have more melody in the bass. But here, I think for the purposes of this song, holding it down with just the really the chord tones is a good way to go for this particular song that I did here. Now we're looking at the two different garage band supplied drummers here, or the two different tracks. I recorded the drum track twice, and I didn't pan it or anything, but it just gives it a little more strength throughout certain parts. This first section and the last section of the song, I did a pretty just straightforward rock drum beat, but instead of being having that right hand on the hi hat or the ride, have that on the crash, kind of making it more like a driving rock song. So I'll go ahead and solo those drums just so you can get a feel for what the first and third part drums are doing. And then moving into that middle section, that's kind of where things slow down a little bit and the vocals come in, and really just going around the toms, just trying to make a kind of a beat with the bass right there. Let me see if I can get that. So we'll check that out. And taking a look down here in the mix, coming up on the vocal. I recorded the vocal twice, and didn't hard pan it. But as I've said before, when you double track vocals, it really does give kind of a chorus effect, and it's a wonderful thing. A lot of artists do that. You know, they'll take their first verse and not single track, just have one vocal, and then move into that second verse where it's going to be a little more powerful, and they'll use that double track there. This is just a little short piece of music just that I came up with and kind of threw together this morning just to kind of demonstrate that 1-5-6-4 and the different things you can do with the major scale as it comes through that first time, just with bass, and then adding in just a little bit of chords, at a little bit of a lower volume, and not a full distortion, kind of bringing that back a little bit. And what I did with this is I hard pan these for sure, because I'm playing a little bit of a different part with each guitar, and it does make it sound full and also like a chorus effect. So I'll go ahead and I'll solo that for you and let you listen to that right now. And getting back to the vocal melody, a lot of that is, within the first 1 through 4 notes of this major scale, and just playing around with those intervals, and kind of seeing what works, and not going too far away from anything major scale oriented. Thanks for checking out my video on the 1-5-6-4 progression and just a little song that I created within that progression today. I appreciate your time. Please don't forget to subscribe and also ring that bell so you know when I have new and creative music coming your way. Thanks.